Reading 1. What is hypergamy? Hypergamy refers to the practice in marrying or forming a relationship with a person of higher socioeconomic status or class. 2. Where does the term hypergamy come from? The term hypergamy comes from the Greek words hyper, meaning above, and gamos, meaning marriage. 3. Is hypergamy common in all cultures? Hypergamy is observed in many cultures around the world, so the extent and acceptance and the practice can vary significantly. 4. How does hypergamy affect dating dynamics? Hypergamy can influence dating dynamics by creating expectation for individuals to seek partners who are perceived to have higher social, financial, or educational status. 5. Are there any benefits to hypergamy? Potential benefits of hypergamy include financial stability, improved social status, and access to better resources and opportunities. 6. Can hypergamy have negative effects? Negative effects of hypergamy can include relationship imbalances, social inequality, and reinforcement of gender roles and stereotypes. 7. How has hypergamy evolved in modern society? In modern society, hypergamy has evolved with changing social norms and increasing gender equality, but it still remains a prevalent concept in many cultures. 8. Do men and women experience hypergamy differently? Traditionally, hypergamy has been more associated with women seeking higher status partners, but men can also engage in hypergamy, seeking partners with high social or financial standing. 9. How does hypergamy relate to social mobility? Hypergamy can be a mechanism for social mobility, allowing individuals to improve their socioeconomic status through marriage or partnerships. 10. Is hypergamy inherently gendered? While hypergamy is often discussed in gender terms, it is not inherently gendered and can apply to anyone seeking a partner of higher status, regardless of gender. My opinion. Although hypergamy is not inherent to particular gender, it is more commonly associated with women because they often demonstrate hypergamous tendencies. When choosing a partner, a woman will almost always look for someone who has more status, power, and opportunities than she does. Therefore, when a woman advances in her social level, whether through her own merits or by having well-positioned partners, she will always aspire to the next level above her. On the other hand, when men choose partners, they are less likely to prioritize status, material wealth, or academic background. Instead, they seek other qualities that allow them to exercise their masculinity, protection, and providing capacities. Reading a book. Let's take a more in-depth look at the origins of selling and how those origins shape our conscious and unconscious sense of what selling is and is not. Selling began when humans began. Prehistoric humans invented selling to survive in the natural world, but our world today is quite different. The natural world is not shaped by selling. It is shaped by survival. As humans, we develop selling as our unique way to survive. The challenges involved challenge involves in the relentlessly unforgiving natural world. Selling has an arguably contributed to our success as a species and the emergence of our human world, which now dominates the natural one. Selling glues the human world together, and how we sell shapes that world. Know, however, that there are there are two distinct types of selling that stand in opposition to each other. These are deceptive agenda-based selling or selling lies, and commitment-based inceptive selling, selling the truth. Deceptive agenda-based selling and commitment-based inceptive selling can be traced back to the fundamental essence of human nature and human spirit. As an offspring of Mother Nature, our human nature is inherently survival driven, leading to deceptive selling as a means of selling secure in a competitive and conflicted world. Conversely, or commitment-based incentive selling arises from the service-driven human spirit, a noble reflection of our innate desire to uphold truths and serve others selflessly, mirroring the harmony found in a natural world. Since the beginning, selling has followed the law of survival. In order to compete, we use deceptive selling to avoid a physical conflict that we could not otherwise win. In addition, human beings added a layer of corruption, which is knowing that you are engaged with competition, conspiracy, and conflict, but choosing to do so at the expense of others. Continued corruption becomes criminal. These five driving imperatives that comprise the law of human nature are automatic, mechanical, and require no conscious thought. In nature, creatures do not think about the other creatures they pursue, kill, and eat. They just do it. Survival in nature is completely mechanical. Human beings can also be mechanical when they are not conscious of their behavior. They are capable, however, of becoming aware of what they are doing, and in that moment they are present with profound choice of whether or do not consciously continue the behavior. Failure to make the right choice between selling lies or selling the truth, once there is awareness, is what spawns and corruption that does not otherwise exist in nature. Unlike other creatures, beings are aware when we are harming ourselves or others, and that it is a violation of something deep within each of us. Most creatures have little or no real sense when they are harming other species or even their own species. They are simply mechanical in their behavior. There is an often told story about how a snake convinced a woman to take a bite of an apple from the tree of knowledge of God and evil. Knowledge of good and evil. When the woman bit the apple, she did not understand the consequences. As the story goes, we are now armed with the ability to differentiate between good and evil. When you choose to ignore that voice of truth within and continue perpetrating a fifth law of human nature emerges, we become criminal. Whether casual or professional, our actions are corrupt according to some moral or legal code when we consciously perpetrate once there is awareness of the perpetration. This is the point at which criminality emerges from the corruption. From there, the only outcome is becoming a criminal who seeks opportunities to do harm to others for survival or pleasure. Corruption and criminality are laws of human nature that do not exist in modern nature. The other side of being human is called human spirit. This isn't the same as holy or divine spirit. It is the spirit within each of us, the urge that makes us stand up and cheer when our team scores or when your child does something worthy of praise. It is where we find the courage to speak the truth. The laws of human spirit are creativity, compassion, collaboration, and contribution, which ultimately lead to a person becoming consequential. When a person becomes consequential, their way to being empowers others to become stronger in their ability to embrace the truth that adds value to others and their world. It's important to note that not human being has achieved purity of human spirit. No one is without flaws due to our human nature. This is because there are two parts of being human, nature and spirit. Consider that Phoenix is lion-like body represents the mechanical part of our human nature. The head of the Sphinx is said to be that of a god, and it portrays our human spirit side. The two sides of being human, nature and spirit, are inseparable, but often work against each other. This is happening within most people. The objective of advisory selling is to have them work together.